Today on my channel, Planner Friends, I am setting up my journaling planner, which is a Pression weeks for the rest of January of 23. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the benefits and ways journaling can make a difference for you. So stay tuned. Hello Planner Friends, welcome to my channel. I am One Crafty Dolo and I am thrilled to have you with me here today. Thank you for taking the time and spending time with me. Today on my channel I'm going to decorate a bit of my journaling planner, which is simply a Pression weeks planner. I've been using this since September. And I bought it on a really good sale, and I decided to I was thinking originally of using it as a regular planner, but at that point I didn't really need another planner. And so what I've decided to do is to just use it for journaling, and it's been wonderful. And what I do is I decorate it I've started to do this, kind of decorating the in-between pages, right? It came out really nice. And so yeah, here we are. And I have a few philosophies with journaling that I'll talk about in this video, because I haven't really discussed some of that as much, the in-depth. I just decorate and talk to you, but I thought maybe today we could approach it a little differently. So what I do, generally speaking, is I use my Simply Gilded collections most of the time in here. I love my Simply Gilded subscription, although these are not part of the subscription. They were just something else I picked up. So yeah, let's get started. If you're new, you're welcome to subscribe and tap the notification bell. And you know, more than anything, thank you for sitting there talking and just being part of this. So I'm gonna put down some days of the week. I keep trying to use these tweezers, and Lord knows I'm not as good at it as many people. I don't know, I have a harder time using them for some reason. I keep trying though. So let's talk a little bit about journaling and how I journal and what I journal. First off, a journal is not a diary, okay? A journal is a place to record. You can record your week, you can record your thoughts, your feelings, you can record anything you want, really. You know, you can track things if you want. Journaling is really personal. What I would see, I always struggle with these stupid tweezers. I guess I'm not coordinated enough for it. Anyway, one of the reasons I started to do this was to just kind of track good things, some bad things, but to track my well-being, to track how I'm doing. And I use this journal for inspiration. So for example, in November, what I did is I participated in the 30 Days of Gratitude project, right? So every day I wrote something that I was grateful for, or that I am grateful for. And some of it was mundane, I'll be honest with you, because I think there is a lot of good being thankful for even the mundane in your life, right? So I tracked that. What I also do, I didn't do it in November, but I'm doing it this month, is every month, with the exception of November, I pick an author. And what I do when I pick that author is it's an author I've read, so I'm not just blindly picking somebody for the heck of it. I think I'm going to put a little gratitude sticker down here. I pick an author and then I go through different quotes. So if I don't know what to write on a day, or on a day maybe I'm not feeling terrific, right? A day that I'm just not myself, what I'll do on that day is I'll just write a quote down, or if I need a little extra inspiration, whatever the reason is. So this month, for January of 23, my author is Robert Frost, and I can share with you, you know, one of his more famous quotes: "Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference." And it's a lovely quote, and it's one of my favorites. So I thought I would start off with him and what he's saying in here. Again, this is from the winter beagle collection from Simply Gilded. So I'm just going to add a few stickers. I add the stickers in because I like playing with the stickers. Let's start there. I love playing with stickers and decorating. But to me, for me personally, the reason I do it is it adds to my journaling and it doesn't detract from it, which I think is important. Okay. And yeah, that's just me. You know, I know plenty of people who use their planners as or journals, I should say. They just write and write and write, and that's great too. I think part of it is I'm trying to do so much other writing that I haven't been quite as much about, you know, just writing in here, if that makes sense. If you're doing something a lot, you kind of say, well, no. But do I get, okay, so let me go back to some of the benefits from this. One of the benefits is if you're, whatever you may be dealing with, and I don't know, you know, I don't know. Do I put this here? Yeah, I kind of do. What I would say is journaling helps in terms of your physical health. If you're dealing with stress, if you're dealing with anxiety, if you're dealing with any of those things, for me, this works. Now, other people have different methods. Going for a walk, exercise, meditating. There's also so many ways to get through stress. I'm very relieved and grateful that my stress level is certainly lower than it had been. But that doesn't mean it doesn't go up here and there. It does. So what I try to do is to really say, okay, what's necessary, what's, you know, and sometimes writing in here helps sift through that. The other thing, in my opinion, journaling does, okay, if you're writing about things going on in your life or in the world or things that are on your radar, shall we say, for lack of a better phrase, what this allows you to do is to process it in a healthy way, if that makes sense. So in other words, you're dealing with stresses, you're dealing with stuff in the world, because the world, let's be honest, it's a bit much, right? I'm going to do a second week here as I pratter on. You can process it sometimes, but the art of journaling is not just the writing and the thinking. It's letting out your feelings, but it's also being still. And whoops, maybe I can bring that back up. Let's see if I can get under there. Let me play with this. Okay, all fixed. As you're just sitting and writing in your journal is an act of saying, no, I am not going to take, you know, I'm not going to just be a productive person. I'm going to nurture me. I'm going to take time for me. Productivity is great. Believe me, I'm very productive, but you need a balance. And I think sometimes that's missing. Yeah, just saying. Throughout my career, one of the things that used to stress me out would be the idea that you're at home and you're supposed to be attentive to your emails from work. So I used to call work email the electronic leash. Well, this is a counterpoint to those behaviors. I worked for somebody who loved to send out these giant Sunday night missives. We were going to work in the morning on a Monday, and she would just, boom, hit us. This, that, they were long screes of this, that, the next thing. And it was really hard to deal with in a lot of ways. And I think it was also patently unfair. And I say that because I feel that's an unreasonable expectation. And yet we follow into it. We absorb it, if you will. And I don't like that we do that. I think that's wrong. I think that's incredibly wrong. So, sorry about that little diatribe on the work email, but it's a subject, gosh, I feel really strongly about. What do I want to put here? Gratitude, or this one? Maybe this one. Anyway, I digress. For me, the idea that I can take some time just for me, and again, this one's very crooked. You could even create a quote journal, okay? You can create a quote journal about you, your family, anything you really want. Just a thought, you know, as you're doing this, there's so many things you can do. You can record, if you have children, you can just take time and record milestones, funny things they say, their reaction to whatever. I mean, kids alone are wonderful to record and watch. And I'm not talking about filming. Something about writing it down is kind of therapeutic, in my opinion. Let's put this here. So that's just me. Just a few thoughts on why journaling helps your mental health in ways that I think we underestimate, my opinion. Okay, let's see here. I think we're good with this one. I think we're good with that one. Let's see. You know what? I may just do one more week and finish up the month since we're chatting. I don't want this to be too long, but so I love journaling, obviously, but I also recommend it for people who are on the go and busy. And by using this little week's planner for it, first off, you'll notice something, okay? You see this space here? I generally prefer horizontal planners, but for this purpose, this little space is wonderful. Think about how easy it is to jot just a sentence or two down, a quote or two down, and boom, I'm done. Whereas a larger paper for me would be overwhelming. I write enough to not to want to do that, but maybe that's what you need. You see what I mean? It's just all individualized. But I think, again, part of the benefits of this is that you're just taking time. I mean, and the one commodity we can never get back is our time. And what is the value of your time? If you're spending your time, is there anything here I want to put on there? Not really. I don't want to put a to-do, that's for sure. If you're spending all of your time running around and doing this and doing that, well, that's okay and good, but it's not good. You need a balance. And dare I say this, and this is important, if you do have children, whether you realize it or not, they're watching you. Okay, you can tell them things and explain things to them, but they're also keeping their eye on you. And we don't think about that enough. I don't feel we do. In my opinion, as we're raising them as they're young, they're seeing what we do, they're seeing what we don't do, and it's up to us to show them by what we do that you are important. You deserve to take time for yourself and things of that nature. Does that make sense to you? I hope it does. Yeah, so I don't mean to sound like I'm pontificating or telling you what to do. That's never my position here. I'm just trying to encourage you to take time for you to do your things. It's easy to lose sight of that when you're juggling kids, when you're juggling whatever, right? So I just add, not a lot, but I do add a few decorations, as you can see, and I do it just to brighten it up a little bit. It makes this journal a happy space for me, if that makes sense. And I'm all about the happy spaces. So there we go. That's it. So this will take me through the end of January. Just started. So here we go. Very simple, very clean, lots of space to journal. And yeah, so that's my Pression Weeks journal. Start small if you're interested in journaling. Honestly, you could get a little mini notebook, the kind, that flip up. You could pick one up, at the dollar store or wherever. You can pick up anything and decorate it as you see fit. Yeah, and then just writing things down for for whatever purpose you're endeavoring to do. So anyway, friends, thank you so much for spending the time with me. I hope you're doing well this January and that the new year is treating you well anyway, and as good as it possibly can. All right, planner friends, have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye.